Do you know that the first transgender in Africa happened in the 16th century? Surprised, right? That is because the concept of transgender is relatively new, especially in African countries. In fact, many African countries frown at it, and people who are trans are still yet to find their voices in most African communities. So, how could someone become transgender in Africa over 400 years ago when medical science was barely on the continent? You will soon find out as we explore the first female transgender king in Africa. Princess Orompoto, she dared to challenge the status quo and got many generations talking about her years later. She ruled from 1554 to 1562 as the first transgender king in Africa. But that was not how it started. Let's go back to the very beginning. In West Africa, there was once a powerful empire known as the Oyo Empire. It was big, successful, and important. But in this empire, there was a rule. Only men could be leaders. Women were not allowed to rule, especially in important positions. Princess Orompoto came from the royal family in the Oyo Empire. Her family had a long history of ruling this empire. Her father was Alaafin Ofinran, and her grandfather was Alaafin Onigbogi. Both of them had been rulers of the Oyo Empire in their time. Ofinran had 4 children, 3 male: Prince Egugwoju, Prince Ajiboyede, and Prince Stella, and 1 female, Orompoto. Now, something important happened when her father Alaafin Ofinran passed away. The capital city of the empire was moved from Oyo-Ile to Oyo-Igboho. This move was not easy. It happened after a big battle with another group called the Nupes. This change in the capital city was significant because it marked a new beginning for the empire. Orompoto's brother, Prince Egugwoju, became the ruler after their father's death. Sadly, he passed away at a young age without having any sons to become the next ruler. This was a big issue because the empire had a tradition. Usually, the eldest son was supposed to take over as the next ruler. But now there was no one to be the next ruler because Prince Ajiboyede and Prince Stella were very young and as such couldn't assume the throne at the time. That's when Orompoto had to make a tough decision. She went from being a regent, someone who stands in the gap when the real ruler isn't available, to wanting to be the ruler herself. This was a bold move because in the history of the kingdom, there had never been a female ruler. When Orompoto decided that she wanted to become the ruler of the Oyo Empire, it was no small matter. The tradition and rules said that only men could be rulers. This meant she was going against centuries of tradition and challenging the Council of Chiefs, who were the respected leaders of the empire. But Orompoto was determined. She believed she was the rightful link to the dynasty and was ready to prove it. She was not going to let her gender stand in her way. One of the most significant moments in her journey was in 1555, when she played a critical role in driving the Nupe people out of Oyo. It was a fierce battle, and her leadership was instrumental in the victory. This was no ordinary feat. It showed her bravery and leadership capacities. But her determination to become Alaafin and rule the empire didn't sit well with the Council of Chiefs. They started making plans to choose someone else as the next ruler. They didn't believe that a woman could lead. Orompoto was undeterred. She made it clear that she was willing to prove herself, even if it meant doing something extraordinary. The challenge that lay ahead was unlike any other, and it would test her in ways she never could have imagined. The Council of Chiefs, deeply skeptical of a woman's ability to rule, decided to put Princess Orompoto to a test. To ascend to the throne, they demanded that she prove her masculinity. It was an unconventional and daunting challenge, one that would change the course of her life. What followed was nothing short of astonishing. Orompoto embarked on a rapid transformation, determined to meet the council's demand. In a matter of days, she underwent a series of surgeries that left everyone in awe. First, she had a mastectomy, the removal of her breast, a symbol of femininity. Then came the chest reconstruction, where her body was reshaped to create a male contour chest. Phalloplasty was the next step, involving the construction of a penis. Lastly, she underwent scrotoplasty, using her vulva to form a scrotum. These were complex and daring procedures, especially considering the limited medical knowledge of the time. What's truly mysterious is how she managed to achieve all of this within a mere 7 days, leaving no traces of surgical wounds. The day arrived when Princess Orompoto was to face the Council of Chiefs once more. She had undergone a remarkable transformation to prove her masculinity, and the time had come to reveal her true self. Standing before the council, she removed her cap to reveal her closely cropped hair. This was a visible symbol of her transformation, signaling that she was no longer the princess they once knew. The council members watched closely as she went further, showing her flat chest, which had undergone reconstruction, and they were still not impressed. But then came the moment that would change everything. Orompoto removed her trousers. The room held its breath as she unveiled the most significant aspect of her transformation. According to oral history, what the chiefs saw left them in awe. Not only did they see a constructed penis, but they also witnessed a pendulous scrotum, complete with 2 testes. It was a revelation that defied their expectations, and at that very moment, the council members who had been skeptical until then dropped to their knees in prostration. Orompoto had not only proven her masculinity, but she had also demonstrated her indomitable spirit. With this extraordinary transformation, Orompoto was finally recognized as the ruler she had aspired to be. She was crowned as Alaafin Orompotoniyun, the first and only female Alaafin of Oyo. Her journey from a determined princess to the ruler of the empire was now complete, and history had been made in the heart of the Oyo Empire. However, up till now, we continue to wonder how Orompoto was able to change her gender without any medical intervention. Could the gods of the land have assisted her? Or did she have an encounter with strange spirits? While we continue to seek answers, we can't help but applaud Orompoto's bravery. We would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about the African first female king? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and love to see more, kindly support us by subscribing to this channel and put on your notification bell so that you will be alerted when we post a new video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.